Erase her before she becomes a permanent part of the family and possibly threatens our carefully managed image and power. You know how people say you don't just date the person, you date their family? Yeah. I wish I'd listened sooner, because my boyfriend's family almost destroyed me. But they made one fatal mistake, they thought I'd stay quiet. I'll start from the beginning. I, 26F, had been dating Ethan, 27M, for almost 3 years. On paper, he was perfect. Sweet, charming, attentive. His family was old money light. Not billionaire rich, but wealthy enough to live in a big house in the suburbs, country club memberships, charity galas, the whole image. They were obsessed with appearances. Everyone had to play their roles, and their son Ethan was the golden boy who could do no wrong. At first, his parents pretended to like me. His mom, let's call her Victoria, because of course that was her name, would compliment my outfits, invite me to brunch, and act like she was welcoming me in. But underneath, it always felt fake. Like she was waiting for me to slip up. Then there was his dad, Charles. The type who shakes your hand too hard and makes condescending jokes like, "You're just a teacher?" Well, someone's gotta do it. And his sister, Madison, who had the sharpest tongue I've ever seen. She'd say things like, "Ethan's always dated girls who are a little ordinary. Guess he likes projects." I should have walked away right then, but I was in love with Ethan. Or maybe I was in love with who I thought he was. The first real cracks showed when Ethan and I started talking about moving in together. I found this cute little apartment in the city, affordable, cozy, perfect for us. Ethan liked it too. But when his parents found out, they lost it. Victoria sat me down and said, "Sweetheart, Ethan isn't meant for some shoebox rental. He has standards. We've already looked at condos he could buy. You'd feel more comfortable there." I knew what she meant. Comfortable meant under their thumb. If he bought the condo, it'd be his name on the deed, his parents' money backing it, and me, well, I'd just be a guest in Ethan's life. I told her no, that Ethan and I were perfectly capable of building a life without their constant involvement. That was the day her mask slipped. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You're not good enough for my son." I thought Ethan would defend me. Instead, he said, "Babe, don't take it personally. That's just how mom is." That should have been the end. But love makes you stupid. The next few months were hell. They'd invite Ethan to family dinners and forget to include me. Madison posted snide comments on social media about gold diggers who think they're special. And Charles straight up told Ethan he should be with someone from a better background. But the worst was when I overheard them scheming. One night, Ethan left his phone on the counter. A group chat with his family lit up, and curiosity got the better of me. I wish it hadn't. "Victoria, we need to make her leave. Ethan's too weak to see it himself." "Madison, shouldn't be hard. She's insecure enough already." "Charles, if we push the right buttons, she'll break. Just like the last one." The last one. That froze me. Were they talking about Ethan's ex? Suddenly all the cryptic things he'd said about bad breakups made sense. His family didn't just dislike me, they had a pattern of destroying any woman who got too close. I tried to confront Ethan about it, but he brushed me off. Said I was being paranoid, that his family could be intense but they didn't mean harm. Except their sabotage got nastier. One of my coworkers pulled me aside one day and asked if I was okay. I was confused until she showed me an anonymous email that had been sent to HR. It accused me of stealing supplies from the school, of being unprofessional with students' parents, even hinted I might be drinking on the job. All lies. HR investigated. Found nothing, and thankfully believed me. But the humiliation? The whispers in the teacher's lounge? That stuck. And I knew exactly who was behind it. That was the day I decided I wasn't going to be their next casualty. If they wanted war, fine. I'd give them war. But I wasn't going to fight on their terms. I wasn't going to beg Ethan to defend me or try to win over people who despised me. I was going to hit them where it hurt, their reputation. I started collecting receipts. First, Madison. She loved to post her perfect lifestyle on Instagram, but she wasn't careful. Venmo transactions, tagged photos, random comments from her friends. It didn't take long to piece together that she was cheating on her fiancé with a guy from her gym. Screenshots, timestamps, the works. Then Charles. A few conversations with Ethan after a couple of drinks, and I learned Daddy Dearest had some shady, consulting deals on the side. Digging a little deeper, thank you, public records, I found lawsuits that had been quietly settled, plus a couple of nasty complaints about harassment from former employees. Nothing criminally explosive, but enough to tarnish his shiny businessman image. And finally, Victoria. She pretended to be the queen of charity events, always talking about how much she gave back. Except those tax records didn't lie. Half the donations she bragged about were never actually filed. She was inflating numbers for clout. Fraud, plain and simple. The execution had to be perfect. I waited until Madison's engagement party. The whole family, their friends, their social circle, everyone who mattered, was there. I showed up looking like I belonged, smiling like nothing was wrong. And then I detonated. I didn't scream or make a scene. I just started conversations. Casual little comments dropped into the right ears. "Oh, did you hear Madison's been spending a lot of time with her trainer?" Smirk. "Interesting how Charles's old company had to settle so many harassment claims, right? Sip. Funny thing, I looked up Victoria's charity records, numbers don't quite add up. It spread like wildfire. Whispers turned into stares, stares into questions. And then, the piece de resistance, I sent a neatly organized file of screenshots, records, and receipts to a few key people. Madison's fiancé. Charles's business partners. The charity board Victoria sat on. By the end of the night, Madison's engagement was in flames, Charles was being cornered about his consulting, and Victoria was pale as a ghost. Ethan tried to pull me aside, furious, demanding to know what I'd done. I looked him in the eye and said, I didn't do anything they didn't do to themselves. I just let people see it. And then I walked out. The fallout was brutal. Madison's fiancé dumped her publicly, and she had to delete her social media after everyone roasted her hypocrisy. Charles quietly stepped down from his board positions. Victoria? Let's just say her charity queen image is gone for good. As for Ethan, he tried to reach out. Said he didn't know his family had gone that far. Tried to make excuses. Even cried. But I was done. He didn't defend me when it mattered, and he let them try to destroy me. So I let him sit in the wreckage of his perfect family and perfect life. Do I feel guilty? Not even a little. They wanted to break me, but all they did was hand me the matches to set their whole world on fire. And honestly? It felt damn good. And if you made it this far? You know what to do, hit that like, subscribe.